Hi everyone, it's currently 9:13 p.m. here in Penghu. This is my first official vlog from Penghu because I've been super busy and I'm exhausted by the end of the day, so I haven't really gotten much time to vlog. But I'm going to share with you a bunch of my adventures. Again, like I said, I've been really busy with adventuring, getting stuff for my room, getting groceries, preparing for school, finally going to school and lesson planning. So I don't really have much time to spend vlogging, but hopefully I'll be able to do this maybe weekly or bi-weekly. I don't know yet. But here's my room. It's a lot bigger than my quarantine hotel. Our apartment complex, each of us have our own room, so 4 rooms altogether, 2 bathrooms. We have a kitchen, a living room, and a balcony to dry our clothes in. We have a washer too, but we don't have a dryer. But there is a laundromat right across the road that we can use the dryers there if we need to. But honestly, it's so hot here that all of your clothes dry within like an hour or two. And I thought Taipei was really hot, but Penghu is like 10 times hotter. It's always humid here. But luckily, it's a little bit more windy, and during the windy season, it should be a lot cooler. I experienced my first typhoon this week. Um, Penghu didn't really get the hard hit of it. So it was just kind of windy and all. It didn't really rain at all. But yeah, so I'm going to share with you my adventures of coming to Penghu and then what I've been doing since then. So here we go. So this is the plane I took to go to Penghu from Taipei. On the left hand side, we have Taipei, and as you can see, it's pretty populated. There's a lot of people there. It kind of reminds you of like New York City. And then in the middle is the plane I took to Penghu through Mandarin Airlines. When I got on, I had to duck because I was way too tall to be on that plane, but that was an experience. It was kind of bumpy. I was a little nervous, even though I'm not too nervous about flying, but there I was slightly nervous. And then on the right hand side is Penghu and what it looked like. I am in Magong City, and it's a little bit more populated. There's a lot of food restaurants and like shopping areas. So you can always find something within a good 10-15 minute walk if you need anything. We have food places right down the road. We have a 7-Eleven right down the road. So it's not hard to find something. And this is basically where I live in Penghu. So on the left hand side is just one of the streets. And in the middle, this is the street I take to go to the bus stop. And then on the right hand side is my apartment complex. I'm on the 3rd floor, so it's nice. I don't have to deal with any bugs, but I mean, you do have to be very conscious of where you're eating and like if you drop crumbs or anything to pick them up because you come in contact with bugs. We keep our apartment pretty clean, so it's not too bad. But yeah, like once in a while you have a cockroach or something. That's normal here in Asia. They're on the streets. Like it's just like a spider in the house at home. But yeah. And then this is one of our grocery stores. It's called PX Mart. It's kind of like a Redner's or like a smaller Walmart, mostly just food, some hangers and all of that, like detergent and all of that. And then this is Poya. So this is like a higher up Walmart. So they have like food, snacks, and all that, but they also have like daily necessities like shampoo, mirrors, hangers, dishes. What else do they have? They have like flip flops, towels, bathing suits, all of that. So, um, Poya is more of like if you're looking for something obscure, you could probably find it here. But PX Mart is just like your daily Walmart, maybe just a little less than a Walmart. And then, um, so on the in the middle and the right is just some snacks that I found from Poya that I thought were interesting. I haven't tried them all yet, but Everything is good here. I don't think I've had any bad snacks so far. And then on the left hand side is one of the drinks I had when I met with some people. It was really good. The drinks here are really good. You just have to try whatever. Sometimes the menus aren't in English, so you just have to say, like, surprise me, whatever you think. And so, yeah, I've been learning to ride a scooter. We actually have practice all of this week to try to take our test soon. It's really hard. Scootering is no joke. You have to be very careful and mindful of everyone on the roads because um, how do I make this? How do I make it sound nice? They're not very careful of like minding other people. So like cars just weave in and out and you have to be mindful of what's around you. Let's just say it like that. So on the left hand side, I'll play a video. This is me driving my scooter. Again, it's really hard. They have a course that you have to take. So that little long line there, you have to go slow and balance a straight line for 7 seconds or longer, which is actually really hard. And then you have to stop and go across these like narrow turns, and you have to do like a 3 point turn and then a really wide turn. It's really hard. I'm super scared to take it, but if you fail it the first time, you just take it 7 days later. So like if you keep failing, you just keep retaking it until you pass it. But I take the bus to school, and I'll probably still take the bus to school just because it's a lot safer. And during the windy season, it's really hard to ride a scooter because you have to maintain your balance. But yeah, since I'm a beginner, I probably won't be going too far. I might get an electric bike at one point. I don't know yet. And this is across from my elementary school. I just thought it was super pretty. It's called Penghu Cave. Water's so clear and so beautiful. This is just one of the videos. It's literally breathtaking once you're there. Pictures don't do justice. So if you ever come to Taiwan, go to Penghu, go to Penghu. Um, it's small enough that you will be able to find this area. You can take the bus to it. And yeah, highly recommend. Nice spot to sit by the water, read a book, or just like take in the view. Try to do it when it's a little cloudy because you will get sunburnt really bad. And this is one of the temples in Penghu. It's right next to my school. Fun fact, Penghu has 3 temples, which means that they're very rich. And since, well, that's because people donate to the temple. So if you can have 3 of them up and running, it's a pretty rich town. Also, I learned that you can have a godmother or a godfather as, or you can have a god as a godmother or a godfather. So, in their culture, if your kid is acting bad, the parents will come to the temple and pray to the god, make them the godfather or the godmother, and then supposedly the kid is going to start acting better. And once the kid's grown up and like understands that the god is their godmother or their godfather, they have to come to the temple on their birthday and bring like a gift for the god to say like thank you for being my godmother, my godfather, and like leading me in the right direction and all of that. And then last weekend we went to Taipei again for the ETA orientation conference. This is most of the ETAs. We were missing 2 or 3 people. But yeah, that's Annie right here. She's one of our coordinators, and this is Ray. Had a good time. Met every other ETA. I think there were like 130 of us. A lot of networking, a lot of small talk. Pretty exhausting by the end of the day, but it was honestly really nice to meet everyone and figure out why they chose Taiwan. Why did you apply for Fulbright? What are your future endeavors and all of that. And this was one of the adventure spots we went to that they took us by bus. It's like a little museum area, but the view again breathtaking. I had such a good time there, but it was super hot, so you had to find a place to get some shade, bring cold bottle of water because yeah, it was consistently hot. Taipei was really hot. And then also in Taipei, we took the metro. That was exciting. A lot nicer than taking a bus, but unfortunately, we don't have metros in Penghu. But yeah, I learned to do that. It's actually super easy. If you get like the app on your phone or you use Google Maps, it tells you which area to go to. There's a bunch of signs in English, so it's not really hard to figure out where you need to go, but you do need an easy card, which is shown at the bottom. This is useful for the metro or if you're taking a bus. So you basically scan it and then you scan it again and it deducts money so that you don't have to pay by coins all the time. And then this was from one of the nights that we went out after part of our conference. So me and Brenda went to get some drinks at some different bars and get some food. Up here, this is me with some squid balls. They were really good. Taste like calamari. Um, yeah, super good. We had some drinks. This apple cider beer was really good. And then down here is just like a little shopping center. They have a bunch of stores. They have like Adidas and all of that too, where you can just get some clothes or shoes, bags, pretty much anything you wanted. And then also, me and three others stayed in a hostel. So the conference went from Friday, no, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I believe, or Thursday and Friday, something like that. But then we had the weekend to stay in Taipei if we wanted to. We just had to like pay to get a hotel or something. So we stayed in a hostel and it was super nice. It was called Star Hostel. And yeah, the breakfast was so good. These are two breakfasts that I had in the morning. And it was really cheap. I think it was 62 USD to stay for 2 nights. We had our own bathroom and all of that. So it was super nice. You had to take off your shoes at the bottom and then walk up in like sandals to get to your room to keep it nice and clean. And then also this weekend, I went to the Taipei Zoo. I was super excited to see a panda bear. Um, there were a lot of different animals I've never seen, like a tiger, elephants, um, all these different types of birds and insects and all of that. So, but I was most excited to see the panda bears. As you can see, I took a bunch of pictures about pandas. Also saw some flamingos. Um, I couldn't really get great pictures of like a koala bear or a sloth because they were enclosed in like a glass cage. But every time you would take a picture, it kind of showed your reflection, so you couldn't really see it. But I did see a sloth and a koala bear too. That was really nice. And then also in the zoo, we went on one of the gondolas. We thought we were supposed to go on the gondola to see the pandas, but apparently it took us out of the zoo and then we had to go back in the zoo. But we went up in the gondola, which I'll play the video here. It was super cool. And it took us up to one of the areas where you got dropped off, and then they had like a tea place where you sat and you sat on the floor basically and took your shoes off and you sat on a pillow and had tea. We had coffee and different juices, but it was super good. And then we finally made our way back to see the pandas. And what else? Okay, so now I'm going to talk more about my school. So this is my schedule about teaching. So tomorrow is Monday. Tomorrow I'm going to read a story to all my students, fifth grade English, fourth grade English, and then it just rotates. So like Tuesday we have a flag raising ceremony, then I have fifth grade and sixth grade English, and then I have chatting time. So this is a point where our students have to they have a checklist that they have to do, and they have to introduce themselves to me and read off whatever they need to do in that checklist, and then depending on how well they speak in English, I give them a check mark as like good or great or like amazing, and then I write my signature. And depending on if they're like good is like 1 point, great is like 2 points, and amazing is like 3 points. So they rack up those points, and then they can exchange those points for different things. So they can play like Nintendo Switch at recess time, or if they read so many books or whatever, they get like pizza at lunchtime. So it's a great way to interact with all of the kids and start to get to know their names, and also see how well they're doing with their English, and knowing, hey, this person didn't speak so well. Maybe I can give them some more tips during class, or I know that they need to work on this during class, so I'm going to ask them to participate and come up to the board so that I can help them with that. So it's a great way to interact with my students and get to know them, because sometimes I only see students once or twice a week when I want to see them like every day. Um, but yeah, I have that. And then on Wednesdays, I have morning English cultural and English culture and festival. So this is basically a topic I get to choose and present what I want to my students. So the first Wednesday, I talked about my hometown, gave them some pictures and videos and everything I like to do. This weekend, I'm going to teach them how to do the chicken dance and probably head, shoulders, knees, and toes, those two songs. It does take a while for them to comprehend what I'm talking about. So sometimes we have to translate in Chinese and then they'll understand. But I need to keep it pretty simple because I am giving this presentation to first graders and sixth graders, first grade to sixth grade. So it needs to be kind of um, very simple for the first graders to understand, but then entertaining so that the sixth graders are still engaged. And yeah, co-planning time is just me planning with my LETs about what we're going to do for the week. It's a lot more laid back, and I like it because I'm not stressing about what I'm doing. This week I taught about the weather. I also taught about some emotions. So usually what we do is we play a video um, about what we're going to talk about, and it could be like a song or whatever. So I taught the ABCs. So I did an ABC song, and then we teach like, okay, so in first grade we taught the ABCs. So we gave a song, and then I taught the letters A, B, C, how to say them, how to pronounce them, the like capital A and lowercase a, and then how to write them on the board, and then what they mean. Like A is for apple, or B is for bat, or all of that. And then I had points for kids to come up and write them and then like go against each other and all of that. It's really fun, but you have to spend a lot of time on it. So like I'll be teaching the letters A, B, and C probably for the whole week for that class, because until they get it in their mind, you have to realize like I know this because I've grown up with it. So I think it's really easy. But if I was learning Chinese, I would need like a week's worth of time to remember the letters A, B, and C and tones and how to write it and all of that. And then this is just some pictures of my school. Over here is my office area. I share an office with 3 other girls, super nice, always willing to help me. I have a great time with them. This is a sign outside the elementary school. Um, this is the temple that I showed you earlier, and then we have a big track. Those kids run around during recess any chance they get. I have no idea how they do it because it's so freaking hot consistently, but kudos to them. And then this is our library area. It's super nice. I hope to be able to donate some English books eventually. And then this is me talking about cultural festival, and I talked about Labor Day and how we're celebrating that. And this is just some artwork that they did. They use some seashells from the ocean and all that. Super pretty. They do beach cleanups, and then they use that stuff to make art projects and all that. Super nice. They really care about the environment. I love the school. And then, okay, so this picture and this picture are my sixth graders. So we learned about the weather, so how to say like it's sunny, it's rainy, it's windy, it's cloudy. And then I brought the game Apple Letters, so it's similar to Bananagrams, and I laid out all of the letters, and then we had two teams. So I only have 4 students in my sixth grade class. So we I laid out all the letters and we separated them into two, and they had to go against each other to spell the word that I gave them. So I would say sunny. So they both had to spell sunny, and they did it for a time. And then the other group would come up and I would say like the word is windy, and they would have to spell that, and then they whoever spelt it faster like won. But it was a way to see how they think, and also using teamwork, because if someone's struggling, you have to help your team member to also get the word too, because you have to do it together to get the time. And then down here, this is my second grade class. Super cute. I love first and second grade a lot, but I also do love third, fourth, and fifth grade, or third, fourth, fifth, and sixth grade too. I honestly love every class I teach. They're always coming around and saying hi to me. I had a kid the other day. I was in my office and I saw him run up and run across to my office windows, look at me, wave, and then come in my door, open it up, and go hi. I was like, oh hi. But yeah, it's super fun. They're always really happy and really excited to see you and say hi and communicate with you. Also, they clean their classrooms and during certain times, so like after lunch, they'll like sweep around, which is a lot different from the US. And also, after lunch, they'll brush their teeth. So they each have like a little cup with a toothbrush and toothpaste, and they brush their teeth after lunchtime, which I thought was super cute. And also, Moon Festival is coming up. So my principal gave me this pomelo fruit, and Sarah, one of the girls I share an office with, she showed me what they do for Moon Festival. So basically, you can decorate the fruit with like a face and all of that, and then you kill it. So you like slice off the top, and you take the fruit out, which you can eat. It's super sweet, really good, and then you take this part and you put it on your head and you celebrate that way. And this is also my principal gave me some moon cakes. They're super good. They're a little dry, so you have to drink it with like milk, but that's how they're supposed to be. But yeah, it was a fun way of getting to know a new culture, and figuring out why you do this and all that, but like it's fun. I can't wait to see the kids do it too. And then to wrap up, these are some of our adventures that we did. So we went down to the harbor and got some dinner, and then we just watched the sunset. This was also when Rubani came out of quarantine and finally came to Penghu. So we figured we had to do something with her. So yeah, it's super pretty. And then this weekend I also went to the Penghu Music Festival that they have every Saturday. And this is just a video of they have all these lights. It's kind of like Music Fest, a little bit smaller. They have a lot of street vendors with food, bunch of lights. They have a singer that comes there every Saturday for 2 months. And Yeah, a lot of people come out. It's nice. I don't understand the music, but it's still fun to go and listen and hear it. And then this was from today. So we just got back from Longman Beach. Uh, that was us on the beach. Some others joined us later, but we didn't get a picture. But yeah, the view is like spectacular. It's super nice. The water is really warm, and the beach is filled with coral. So there are some seashells, but it's mostly coral. So like every time you pick up coral and you look at it, it's all different. It's really neat. It is super hot, so I had to put on sunscreen consistently. I still got burnt, but you know, you live and you learn. And then on the left hand side, this is Brenda. She's one of my roommates. Um, I say we have a love hate relationship, but we have like separation anxiety from one another. We always have to be with one another. But this is from where we got the bus at. This is one of their bus stops. Fun fact, we did miss the bus the first time because we were on our phones and we weren't paying attention. But then we said we can't miss the bus because the next bus isn't for like another hour and a half and we need to get home. And we look up and we see the bus pass. And we're like, oh no. So we started sprinting to get the bus. We made the bus on time. But yeah, so that has been my adventure so far. I am super tired. I'm going to go to bed because I have to wake up at 6 in the morning to catch the 7:20 bus. And the bus stop is a good 15 minutes from my house. So I have to leave around 7 because sometimes the bus comes earlier than the time it's supposed to come at. So it's kind of a guessing game every day, but you know, rather be there early than miss the bus. So yeah, this is me signing off. I hope you enjoyed my little adventures of Penghu so far. And next week, well, this coming weekend is the Moon Festival, so Autumn Fest. So we have off on Friday. So that's technically our like Labor Day. And a whole group of us is gonna go to one of the islands by a ferry and go either snorkeling or the glass boat kayaking. So it should be a fun time. Hopefully I'll be able to vlog next week or the week later. I'm not missing. I just am super busy. I will keep you updated on Facebook whenever I can. If you have any questions, reach out to me. But yeah, hope you're having a great time in the States. I'm having a great time here. And hope you have a good, what is it, Sunday morning for you guys. Okay, bye.